to the broadcast of news at 9 p.m. on Psalm TV, the pulse of the nation. You can also follow us on Facebook at Psalm TV and on YouTube at Psalm TV Live. Now the major headlines. On the national news, Governor Fintiri receives emirs and chiefs in Yola, reaffirms commitment to unity and development. Kano police arrest suspect in attack on Emir Sanusi's convoy, launch manhunt for accomplice. Governor Okpebholo visits Kano, condoles victim families over Uromi killing, pledges justice. In entertainment news, renowned prankster Untouchable Comedies packed excitement at Taraba State University matriculation. In entertainment news, Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger introduced 0.5% import levy, dispensing rift with ECOWAS. In business news, MultiChoice warns of continued financial struggles amid subscriber losses and economic pressures. On to sport news. Remo Stars assistant coach credits team synergy for NPFL table-topping performance. I am Bridget James, now the news in full. Governor Amadu Umaru Fintiri of Adamawa State yesterday received emirs and chiefs at the government house in Yola as part of the traditional Salah homage. The visit highlighted his administration's commitment to unity and collaboration with traditional institutions. The governor reiterated his dedication to peace and development, urging traditional rulers to foster harmony among their communities. Earlier, a grand Durbar and cultural displays at the Fufore Emirate celebrated the Eid al-Fitr festivities, where Governor Fintiri emphasized the importance of sustaining Ramadan values and promoting peace across the state. Today, the governor met with local government chairmen led by Adamawa Algon chairman, Engineer Suleiman Mohammed. Second anniversary activities, he announced to evaluate the performance in grassroots governance and development. Fintiri stressed the need for proactive leadership and pledged to assess local development needs during his upcoming statewide tour. Reaffirming their support, Algon chairman Galkuba praised the governor's leadership, describing him as a mentor and pledging continued loyalty from loyal local council leaders. The Kano State Police Command has confirmed the arrest of Usman Sagiru in connection with a violent attack on Emir Sanusi, Lamido Sanusi II's convoy after Eid prayers. The attack resulted in the killing of vigilante member Surajo Rabiu from Sabon Titi Jabbar quarters. According to police spokesperson Abdullahi Haruna, the suspects and others who are still at large allegedly stabbed Rabiu, who later succumbed to his injuries. Authorities have launched an investigation and have invited Shamakin Kano Wada Ishaku for questioning. The police reaffirmed their ban on Durbar celebrations, warning that violators will face legal consequences. Still from Kano, Edo State Governor Monday Okpebholo visited the Kano State Government House to condole with the government and families of the 16 victims killed in Uromi, Edo State. His visits widespread outrage across northern Nigeria over the attack, which primarily targeted traders from the region. The victims, mostly from Kano and other northern states, were ambushed and killed, sparking protests in Kano, Katsina, and Kaduna, with demands for justice and improved security for northerners residing in the south. Youth groups and community leaders in Kano criticized the Edo State government for failing to prevent the attack and called for swift action against the perpetrators. Addressing this concern, Governor Okpeholo assured that his administration, in collaboration with security agencies, was actively investigating the incident to ensure justice. He also condemned any form of ethnic or religious violence and expressed condolences to the bereaved families. His visits come amid mounting pressure on both state and federal authorities to address growing ethics. Governor Okpeholo had also visited Deputy Senate President Barau Jibrin in Abuja to extend condolences over the killing in Uromi, where the victims, mainly hunters from Kano, were attacked while traveling for Salah celebration. During the visit, he reaffirms his commitment to working with security agencies to deliver justice, revealing that 14 suspects had already been arrested. And they were transferred to Abuja for further interrogations. Additionally, a committee had been set up to support the families of the deceased. Senator Barau Jibrin commended the Edo governor for his swift response and urged him to ensure that all those responsible are prosecuted. He stressed that such acts of violence must not be tolerated and called for continued effort to promote peaceful coexistence among all communities in Edo State. Meanwhile, Kano State Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf urged the Edo government to publicly parade the suspects to demonstrate transparency and accountability. Speaking during Okpebolo's condolence visit, Yusuf described the killing as tragic and emphasized that most of the victims were from Kano. Attacked while traveling from Port Harcourt, he acknowledged Edo State's prompt response and efforts to ensure that the victims were buried according to legal and cultural rights, but insisted that those responsible must be punished. Governor Okpeholo reassured Kano residents that the incident did not reflect Edo State's value and reaffirmed President Bola Tinubu's commitment. Yusuf called for national unity, urging leaders to prevent further violence and security agencies to act decisively against those inciting unrest. Troops of the 6th Division Nigerian Army have arrested 39 suspects and dismantled 18 illegal refineries in a crackdown on oil theft in the Niger Delta. Acting Deputy Director of Army Public Relations, Lieutenant Colonel Jonah Danjuma, disclosed in Port Harcourt that the operations conducted from March 24th to 30th, 2025 led to the seizure of over 60,000 liters of stolen petroleum products. In Rivers State, troops intercepted a fabricated twin tank carrying 18,000 liters of stolen products and a trunk concealing stolen foil with sawdust. Several illegal refining sites were also destroyed in Imo River, Ripungpe Forest, Egboche, and Jelikri Creek. Further operations in Bayelsa State uncovered 2 refining sites in Yenagoa local government containing over 8,000 liters of stolen crudes, while another site in southern Ijo local government yielded 1,500 liters of crude oil and 300 liters of illegal refined oil. In Delta State, the troops confiscated jerrycans of refined fuel in Warri South local government area. While in Akwa Ibom State, security presence has disrupted illegal activities. The army reiterated its commitment to combating crude oil theft and associated crimes. Benue indigenous residents in Abuja have commended the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Nyesom Wike, for his visible developmental projects, describing him as a leader who fulfills his promises. The Tiv community traditional ruler in Kunje, His Royal Highness Sir Geoffrey Adzenda Bungay, lauded Wike's transformation of the capital city and its satellite towns, asserting that the effort set a new benchmark for governance. Speaking at his palace following the coronation of journalist Chief Donald Telumun Lochu as the Ota of the Tiv community in Chukuchu Kuje Area Council, Tabega highlighted unprecedented infrastructure development, including road construction, electricity supply, street lighting, and water provision. He emphasized that the Federal Capital Territory had never witnessed such progress and urged residents to support the government and security agencies in addressing crime. Chief Lochu, newly installed as the chief community leader, pledged to foster unity and uphold Tiv customs, traditions, and cultural heritage in accordance with traditional laws. He expressed gratitude to the Tiv Traditional Council for his nomination and vowed to promote peaceful coexistence between the Tiv people and their host community. Senate President Godswill Akpabio has vowed to push for the refund of over 15 billion naira spent by the Ekiti state government on a federal road and urged expedited funding for another key roads to enhance access to the state's new cargo airports. Speaking at Ekiti State University's convocation, where top officials receive honorary degree, he emphasized the economic benefits of the improved infrastructure. Meanwhile, Senate leaders Opeyemi Bamidele recalled how former Governor Ayodele Fayose allegedly used soldiers to block then-governors Bola Tinubu, Segun Osoba, and BC Akande during his mother's burial 18 years ago. Governor Biodun Oyebanji reiterated his commitment to education as a pillar of Ekiti development. Governor Ahmed Aliyu of Sokoto State has called for collective efforts to combat banditry while paying a Salah homage to the Sultan of Sokoto, Mohammed Sahad Abubakar. He attributed recent security gains to prior government's commitment and the newly established Sokoto State Committee Guards Corps, which supports conventional security forces. Aliyu commended traditional institutions for their role in addressing insecurity and reaffirmed his administration's dedication to Islamic propagation. The Sultan praised the governor's support for vulnerable groups and ongoing infrastructure projects, while urging citizens to continue praying for peace and development in the state. Several top political and traditional figures attended the event. Governor Peter Mbah of Enugu State has announced that the newly built 260 Type 2 primary health care centers across the state will operate 24-hour services, powered by renewable energy. During a supervisory visit to the Eneme, PHC Mbah emphasized his administration's commitment to improving healthcare access, citing high maternal and child mortality as a key motivation. The governor also pledged to establish a Type 3 healthcare facility in NMA to complement the PHC and announce ongoing renovation of 22 Carthage and General Hospital alongside plans for a 300-bed international hospital. Additionally, he commended local government's efforts to register residents for universal health insurance and urged communities to take ownership of the facilities. World Health Organization representative Chukwuwanye Ogochu praised Mba's healthcare reform, calling them vital to the state economic development, while the Enugu State Primary Healthcare Development Agency highlighted the PLC's early success, with 140 residents registered and 2 babies delivered within 3 weeks of operation. The Nigerian Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative has called for the establishment of reinforcement of an environmental remediation fund to address the environmental challenges faced by communities near the Commission's oil wells peaking in Abuja. Executive Secretary Dr. Oji Ogbanaji Oji expressed uncertainty over the existence of such a fund, stressing that abandoned oil wells pose significant health hazards to host communities. He pledged to engage with the Ministry of Environment, the National Oil Spill Detection and Response Agency, and the National Environmental Standards and Regulations Enforcement to address the issue. Dr. Oji also criticized the solid mineral sector's contribution of 0.8% to Nigerians' GDP, calling it embarrassing. Despite the government's effort, he emphasized the need for a multi-stakeholders approach, including the National Assembly and civil society, to unlock the sector's potential and derive economic growth. The Ondo State government has acquired 10,000 hectares of land in Akotogbo and Iyansan, Southern Senatorial District, for an extensive agricultural project aimed to empowering youth and women. The initiative, in collaboration with the Commonwealth Women's Network, will focus on cultivating, processing, packaging, and marketing within the agricultural sector. Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Agriculture and Agribusiness, Mr. Wemimo Akinsola, disclosed in Akure that the $200 million project implemented through the Ondo State Agribusiness Empowerment Center seeks to transform the land into a major agricultural hub, with access to water, a planned seaport, and an existing airport. The state aims to boost agricultural exports. Cabinet Director of the Commonwealth Women's Network, Mr. Niba Lois, confirmed that the organization will provide funding, training, and technical support. The initiative is expected to create over 3,000 jobs, primarily for farmers, while enhancing their productivity. A local farmer, Mr. Shola Adeniyan, expressed optimism about the project, urging farmers to take advantage of the available land. We are going on a short break. Please don't go away. We'll be right back with more exciting updates on Super Media Television.
A transportation company ready to change the transportation narrative in Taraba State and Nigeria at large, bringing comfort, safety and reliability. Witness their impact on the people, the economy and Nigeria's transportation future.
Ari Executive Transport Company was actually incorporated sometime in 2024, and the decision to establish the company was actually born out of a burden for travelers to Jalingo, especially from Abuja. And I saw that need and tried to reach out to existing transport companies to fill the gap, but they were not forthcoming. And so I decided to go into it myself. That is the main essence of this company, to connect Taraba State to other parts of the country, especially Abuja and Yola, comfortably for executive travelers.
We offer executive services to both individuals and group of people. The kind of services we render depends on the needs in which our customers wishes for us to offer. Either wedding, conferences, ambulance services or car hire services, we ensure that we give you the very best of service.
We offer shuttle services. We started with Jalingo Yola. And right now, as I'm talking to you, we are already looking out for a terminal in Abuja, because Abuja route is actually the ultimate. That was the motivation behind the establishment of the company, so that travels between Abuja and Jalingo can be done comfortably. So we are trusting God that by April, before the end of April, we will start the Abuja route. We are already looking out for a terminal. And so that is the basic thing. And we go into car hire services too. You can hire our Sienna buses, you can hire our Hummer buses, you can also hire our ambulances. So we have all these types of vehicles in place. And I want to say here, what I mean by travel in comfort is that if you are traveling with our Sienna bus, for example, we don't take more than 5 passengers on our shuttle trips. But if you hire it, we allow you to take up to 6 passengers. In other words, 3 people can sit at the back, 2 at the center and 1 in front. But if it is through our shuttle services, it's only 5.
We ensure we take off on time and also arrive on time, most especially for our airport passengers that would love to catch up with a flight to their various destinations. And also we provide comfort and relaxation. All our vehicles are fully air-conditioned vehicles.
RU Executive Transport, a transportation company ready to change the transportation narrative in Taraba State and Nigeria at large, bringing comfort, safety and reliability. Witness their impact on the people, the economy and Nigeria's transportation future.
Ari Executive Transport Company was actually incorporated sometime in 2024, and the decision to establish the company was actually born out of a burden for travelers to Jalingo, especially from Abuja. And I saw that need and tried to reach out to existing transport companies to
Governor Alex Otti of Abia State has extended condolences to the leadership of the state's Joint Security Command following a road accident that claims the lives of a team member and left others injured. The accident occurred on March 30th at the Iseke along the Umuahia Bender Road. In a statement issued by the Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, Ferdinand Ekoma, Governor Oti expressed deep sadness over the incident. He assured that the state government has taken swift action to provide medical care for the injured, ensuring they receive the best treatment for a speedy recovery. Commending the Joint Security Task Force, known as Operation Crush, for its role in maintaining security, the governor reiterated his administration's commitment to supporting the team in its ongoing effort to combat crime in the state. Anambra State Chairman of the Civil Liberties Organizations, Comrade Vincent Ezekweme, has embarked on a 7-day hunger strike in a protest against the closure of Onitsha's drug market by the National Agency for Food and Drugs Administration and Control. The market has remained shut for nearly 2 months due to allegations of trading in adulterated, expired, and substandard drugs. Ezekweme stated that his action aimed to draw the attention of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the National Assembly, and NAFDAC to the hardship faced by the traders and their families. He recounted distressing cases of affected traders, including one who could no longer afford school fees for his 4 children or pay rent. Ezekweme called on the federal government to order the market reopening and house the 500,000 naira levy imposed on traders. The activist has previously undertaken hunger strike over national issues, including the abmovement of the June 12, 1993 presidential election and the adoption of Chibok and Dapchi school girls. Bauchi State Governor Senator Bala Muhammad Abdulkadir has urged traditional rulers from the 19 northern states and the Federal Capital Territory to develop strategies for improving healthcare services delivery in the region. Speaking at the quarterly review meeting of the Northern Traditional Leaders Committee on Primary Healthcare Delivery in Bauchi, the governor, represented by Secretary to the State Government, Barrister Ibrahim Kashim, expressed the confidence that the meeting resolutions will enhance healthcare services. Mohammed reaffirmed his administration's commitment to the Abuja Declaration's 25% budgetary allocations to the health sector and credited traditional and religious leaders for their role in establishing over 300 primary healthcare centers in states. Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Muhammad Ali Pate, commended the support of traditional institutions in advancing health interventions and reiterated the federal government's commitment to strengthening healthcare initiatives, particularly in rural communities. The acting governor of Cross River State, Right Honorable Peter Ode, has extended his heartfelt greetings to the Muslim community as they celebrate the 2025 Eid al-Fitr. In a statement issued by Chief Press Secretary Gil Nsa on March 31st, 2025, Ode conveyed warm regards from both himself and Governor Basi Edet Otu, who is currently on an annual vacation. He prayed for peace, joy, and spiritual growth for all Muslims during this sacred time and emphasized the importance of unity, compassion, and kindness. Ode also called for continued promotion of peace and understanding in the state, irrespective of religions or ethnicity, wishing everyone the blessed Ramadan and joyous Eid celebration. In the same vein, Ebonyi State Governor Right Honorable Francis Ogbonna Shifuru has urged Muslims in the state to use the occasions of Eid al-Fitr to pray for peace, unity, and the successful implementation of ongoing socio-economic reform in the country. In a message marking the end of Ramadan, Wifuru emphasized the significance of monthly, highlighting values of patience, compassion, and generosity. He called for continuous commitment to peace, tolerance, and mutual respect, urging citizens to extend kindness to the less privileged and promote social cohesion. The governor also expressed gratitude for the contributions of Muslims to the development of the state and reiterated his commitment to inclusive governance. Gombe State Governor Inuo Yahya has expressed his condolences following a statement at the Gombe Main 8th ground on Sunday, which resulted in the death of 2 children and left 20 others injured. The incident occurred at the exit gate shortly after Eid prayers as a large crowd, primarily women and children, rushed to leave, exacerbated by intense heat and insufficient exit access. The police confirmed the death of a 4-year-old boy and a 6-month-old baby girl. Governor Yahya has ordered a thorough investigations into the events and directed that the state government cover all medical expenses for the injured. The police also urged 8 ground managers to ensure all entry and exit gates are open to facilitate smoother movement during future gatherings. Senator Lawal Adamu Usman, representing Kaduna Central, has urged Muslims to use the occasion of Eid al-Fitr to pray for an end to security and economic hardship in Nigeria. In a statement on Sunday, Usman, also known as Senator L.A., emphasized the importance of the value of kindness, charity, and tolerance that Ramadan instills, urging Muslims to sustain this virtue beyond the fasting period. He also called for divine guidance for the nation's leaders to address the challenges facing the country and to bring about lasting peace and stability. Additionally, Usman encouraged Nigerians to foster unity and peace, regardless of religious or ethnic differences, and to emulate the exemplary leadership of Prophet Muhammad. 9 people were confirmed dead and 11 others injured in a tragic accident along the Malumfashi-Kafur road in Katsina State on Sunday. The incident occurred when a Hummer bus reportedly lost control, primarily due to speeding. The Federal Road Safety Corps confirmed the fatalities and stated that the injured passengers were rushed to the hospital for treatment. FRSC Sector Commander Aliyu Maji urged motorists to exercise cautions, avoid overloading, and reaffirms from reckless driving, especially during festive period. Despite improvements in road infrastructure, Maji emphasized that careless driving remains a leading cause of fatal accident in the region. The Nigerian Center for Disease Control reported 645 confirmed cases of Lassa fever and 118 deaths between January and March 2025, with a case fatality rate of 18.3%. The outbreak attacked 91 local government areas across 33 states. 20 healthcare workers were among those infected. In response, NCDC deployed rapid response teams to 10 states, including Kogi, Plateau, and Ondo. Despite efforts, challenges like weak community-level surveillance and limited resources hindered response efforts. NCDC Director General Dr. Jide Idris emphasized the importance of seeking medical care immediately and urged state government to support treatment costs and collaborate with the private sector on health initiatives. The Olu of Lisa, Oba Najideen Odugbemi, has urged the federal and Ogun state governments to renovate the Bellevue Airline crash memorial arcades and repair the deteriorating 10.5-kilometer road leading to the site. The crash, which occurred in Lisa town on October 22, 2005, claimed 117 lives, including Nigerians and foreign nationals. Residents lament that the roads built after the tragedy became impassable within months due to poor constructions. While the memorial site is overgrown with bushes, despite multiple attempts to rehabilitate the area, efforts have been unsuccessful. The monarch emphasized the need for urgent government interventions ahead of the crash 20th anniversary. Also, State Governor Ademola Adeleke has warned that any traditional ruler whose domain experiences renewed violence will be removed from the office. He issued the warning following reports of potential attacks in Ifon, Olobo, and Erin Osun communities. The governor emphasized that traditional rulers must ensure peace, as the government will hold them accountable. Security agencies have increased surveillance and are interrogating key figures involved in past conflicts. Adeleke also cautioned that any attempt to exploit the recently relaxed curfew for violence will result in its full reinstatement. The state had imposed the curfew in March following deadly communal clashes. On entertainment news, renowned Nigerian prank star Untouchable Comedies caused a stir at Taraba State University, Jalingo, after making a surprise appearance during the institution's matriculation ceremony. The unexpected arrival of the internet sensation turned the formal event into a scene of excitement and curiosity, as the students and lecturers reacted with a mix of amazement and anticipation. Newly admitted students already celebrating their inductions into the university were caught off guard, with many speculating whether they were about to be part of one of his elaborate pranks. As news of his presence spread social media with videos and reactions capturing the lively moments, making the ceremony an unforgettable experience. On the international news, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger have imposed a 0.5% import levy on goods entering their territories effective immediately. This move applied to all import from outside the three nations, except humanitarian aid. The levy will also impact import from Nigeria and other member states of the Economic Community of West Africa states, signaling a disruption of free trade within the West Africa region. Alliance of Sahel states, a coalition formed in 2003, addressed security concerns and now pushing broader economic integration. This development underscored the growing rift between the military-led Sahel nations and democratic countries like Nigeria and Ghana. The three countries had withdrawn from ECOWAS citing the regional body's failure to assist them in combating Islamist insurgents. Despite facing severe economic sanctions aimed at restoring civilians' rule, as the new alliance pushes for biometric passports, military cooperation, and economic integration. Analysts note that the import levy is a crucial step towards financial and political independence. However, this move may deepen the isolation of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger from the rest of West Africa, testing the capacity to build a viable alliance amidst regional tension. The three countries are among the world poorest, struggling with a decade-long insurgency link to Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State, which has claimed thousands of lives, displaced millions, and eroded public confidence in democratic governance. On business news, MultiChoice, Africa's leading entertainment provider, has warned shareholders of continued financial strength amid a challenging consumer environment. The company, which operates DSTV, has seen its subscriber base shrink from over 23 million to 19.3 million in under 2 years, with a significant portion of the losses occurring outside South Africa. The pay TV operator attributed the deadline to economic pressures, particularly in Nigeria, where inflation has remained above 30% for most of the past years. Alongside severe power disruptions in Zambia, MultiChoice voluntary operational updates confirm that these factors have led to subscriber losses and limited revenue growth. As the company prepares its financial results for the year ending March 31st, 2025, it continues to navigate economic challenges while addressing concerns over pricing disparities between Nigerian and South Africa customers. On to sport news. Remo Stars assistant coach Suleiman Folarin has credited trust and synergy as key factor behind the team's strong performance in the Nigerian Premier Football League. This season, the Sky Blue Stars currently lead the NPFL table with 60 points from 30 matches after finishing as runner-up in the last 2 seasons. Folarin highlighted the impact of the technical crew led by head coach Daniel Ogbomodede, whose absence due to national team duties did not hinder the team's progress. Under Folarin's guidance, Remo Stars remained unbeaten in 10 matches, winning 7 and drawing 3. He emphasized the deep understanding and cohesion developed over 3 years, stating that the team's ability to maintain form reflects the trust between the coaches and players. That's all for this edition of News at 9 p.m. from Psalm TV. Before we go, here is a recap of the major headlines. In international news, Governor Fintiri received emirs and chiefs in Yola, reaffirming his commitment to unity and development. Meanwhile, Kano police arrest a suspect in the attack on Emir Sanusi's convoy and launched a manhunt for accomplices. In a related development, Governor Okpebholo visited Kano to condole with the families of victims of the Uromi killing and pledged to ensure justice. In entertainment news, renowned prankster Untouchable Comedy sparked excitement in Taraba State University's matriculation ceremony, creating a memorable experience for students and staff. On the international scene, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger have introduced a 0.5% import levy on goods entering their territories, signaling a deepening rift with ECOWAS and impacting regional threats. In business news, MultiChoice has warned a continued financial struggle, citing a shrinking subscriber base and economic pressures as key challenges affecting its operation. In sports, Remo Stars assistant coach has credited trust and team synergy as major factors behind the club's strong performance in the Nigeria Premier Football League, keeping them at the top of the table. Stay tuned for more lineup of programs from Psalm TV. You can also follow us on Facebook at Psalm TV and on YouTube at Psalm TV Live. I remain Bridget James. Thank you for watching and good night.